This is what actually happens when a married man falls in love with another woman. What happens when a married man falls in love with another woman? The answer to this really depends on the man and the situation he's in. The reason why he's having an affair in the first place is also important. Maybe he constantly cheats on his wife and is just looking for a good time, which means that he's a player. A man like that should actually be single, but there's no point in him leaving his wife for another woman. He probably just thinks that he's in love with the other woman, when in reality, he only finds her exciting. If he left his wife for her, he would most likely end up repeating the same pattern. He would get bored with his new relationship, just like he got bored with his marriage, so he would end up cheating on the new woman as well. Of course, there are always exceptions, so true love is possible, but it's highly unlikely in this case. Therefore, if you know someone who's dating a man like this, she shouldn't hope that the relationship will last and become serious. Even when a married man falls in love with another woman, he most likely isn't going to leave his wife. If he is a player, even if he leaves her, he probably won't be faithful to his mistress either. This type of man rarely changes, so either consider it a fun, short adventure or leave him. Are there other types of married men? Of course there are. The truth is, there comes a time in every married man's life when he wonders whether he should get a divorce. Still, even those who aren't happy in their marriage rarely bring themselves to walk away from their family. If a man is really unhappily married or was in some way forced to get married, what happens when he falls in love with someone else? He will feel torn between familiarity and love, and he will find it hard to walk away from his obligations. He could genuinely care about his mistress, so he may get to spend a lot of time with her. However, she needs to accept that the relationship most likely won't end in marriage or anything like that. When a married man falls in love with another woman, it could be true love. No woman should get her hopes up about having a future with a married man. Some men who have been married for a long time reach the age where they get bored and feel they need to be reminded that they are attractive. You should definitely avoid that type of married man. All they are looking for is a pretty woman to show off as their trophy, have a fun time with, and flatter their ego. This is the type of man who will even brag to others about having an affair and leading a secret life. What does the other woman get from that relationship? Well, not much really. She can give him all the excitement he wants, but she'll only get to enjoy stolen moments. This is not the kind of man who will care for her and try to make her happy. When a married man falls in love with another woman, does he ever leave his wife for her? Sometimes, yes, but most often a married man will lie to you about leaving his wife and won't ever really do it. It is very simple actually. If he truly loves his mistress and wants to be with her, he will leave his wife. He won't give her excuses and promises he doesn't intend to keep. A married man who truly loves his mistress won't choose spending time with his wife over spending time with her. He could still have some feelings towards his wife, but he wouldn't choose her over the mistress if he's truly in love. The truth is, there are a lot of married men who aren't happily married. A lot of those men will, at some point, try dating a single woman, while some will look for a married woman. Unfortunately for them, not a lot of women are interested in being a side chick. These men should actually act like grown-ups and do the responsible thing. They should decide whether they want to work on their marriage or leave their wife. When a married man falls in love with another woman and truly wants to be with her, he has a lot to do. A man like that needs to walk away from the life he has been living for a long time and deal with his family problems. It could cause a lot of arguments with other people and material or financial loss. On top of all this, if he has children, he won't be able to see them as often anymore. If he loves another woman and wants to be with her, he will have to be willing to deal with all those issues. A single man who falls in love with a woman has nothing to lose but his loneliness. A married man, on the other hand, needs to make huge sacrifices. If he is willing to do that, it is proof that he truly loves the other woman and she is worth all the heartache and effort. The point is, it's not easy or practical for a married man to leave his wife, even if he loves his mistress. There are mistresses who can be fine with that, but most of them aren't. A married man usually prefers to have an affair with a single woman. As I mentioned, some would like to be with a married woman, but that makes things even more complicated. A married man who cheats on his wife manages to have some stolen moments with his mistress. If the mistress is married too, she'll need to find time away from her husband as well. This means that a married man and a married woman will have trouble finding enough time to be together. The good part is that a married woman likely won't ask a married man to leave his wife. However, most married women would rather find a single man or leave their husband. Every man who's having an affair needs to ask himself one important question. Is the affair all about love or all about lust? Love means that you truly care about someone and would always do what's best for that person. This could mean leaving them even if you love them or risking everything to be with them. Lust means that you just want someone badly and are only interested in something casual and fun. If you are interested in someone just because it's new and exciting, you aren't in love. When a married man falls in love with another woman, he has a lot to worry about. Should he leave his wife to be with his mistress or stay with her? What kind of problems will leaving his wife create? If he stays with his wife, will his mistress leave him or cause him issues? When a woman falls in love with a married man, she usually ends up breaking up with him. If she loves him, she will try to make sacrifices and compromises to make the relationship work. However, eventually she will realize that she's giving too much and getting too little back. Every mistress who's in a relationship with a married man needs to be aware of the unspoken side chick rules. These rules exist so women will know that they are getting into and prevent heartbreak. Having an affair is complicated, comes with a lot of limitations and problems, and usually ends badly. Of course, there are some cases where an affair turns into true love, but this rarely happens. The best choice is not to fall in love with someone who isn't available and prevent unnecessary heartbreak. However, we are only human and these things happen. Maybe he has fallen in love with another woman but hasn't had an affair yet. In that case, he can either fight to save his marriage or fight for the woman he loves.